Have you ever wondered if the stories of ancient texts hold secrets beyond our understanding? Could it be that some suppressed writings, dismissed as myths, actually reveal profound truths about the origins of humanity and our place in the cosmos? Today, we dive into the controversial and mysterious Gospel of the Egyptians. This ancient text, banned and branded heretical, contains startling claims that God is not what we've been taught. Buckle up, because this exploration of alien connections to divine mythology will challenge everything you thought you knew. The Gospel of the Egyptians is one of the texts discovered in the Nag Hammadi Library in 1945, a treasure trove of ancient writings that belonged to early Christian sections. Unlike the canonical Gospels of the New Testament, this text is steeped in Gnostic tradition, a mystical approach to Christianity that focuses on secret knowledge of spiritual truths. The Gospel is known for its cryptic language and symbolic descriptions of divine beings, cosmic events, and the origins of humanity. But here's where it gets interesting: instead of depicting God as a singular, omnipotent creator, it presents a pantheon of celestial entities and a complex, layered cosmology. Many researchers argue that these descriptions bear striking similarities to modern interpretations of extraterrestrial encounters. Is it possible that the Gnostics were documenting contact with beings from another world? When you read the Gospel of the Egyptians, the descriptions of divine entities are strikingly unorthodox. The text mentions beings like Barbelo, an eternal mother figure, and Yaldabaoth, a creator who is portrayed as a flawed, almost tyrannical god. What's fascinating is how these entities are described, not as human-like deities, but as luminous, otherworldly figures with extraordinary powers. Some scholars have pointed out that the language used in these texts, radiant light, fiery chariots, and celestial realms, aligns with accounts of UFO sightings and alien abductions in modern times. Could the Gnostics have been interpreting advanced technology and extraterrestrial visitors through the lens of their spiritual beliefs? And if so, what does that mean for our understanding of God and the universe? The Gospel of the Egyptians was deemed heretical by the early church for good reason. It directly challenged the monotheistic doctrine that was foundational to Christianity. By portraying a multifaceted and fallible divine hierarchy, the text undermined the traditional view of God as a perfect, singular being. But there's another angle to consider. If this gospel truly contains veiled references to extraterrestrial beings, banning it might have been an attempt to suppress knowledge that could disrupt the established religious and social order. After all, acknowledging the existence of alien life, or even the possibility of advanced beings interacting with humanity, would have profound implications for power structures rooted in religious authority. The idea that ancient texts could be describing alien encounters isn't new. Ancient astronaut theorists have long pointed to stories like Ezekiel's vision of the wheels in the sky or the fiery chariots in Hindu scriptures as evidence of extraterrestrial influence. The Gospel of the Egyptians fits neatly into this narrative. What's particularly intriguing is how the Gnostic idea of hidden knowledge parallels modern conspiracy theories about UFOs and government cover-ups. Just as the Gnostics believed that salvation lay in uncovering secret truths, many today believe that understanding UFO phenomena will unlock the mysteries of our existence. Could the Gospel of the Egyptians be a bridge between ancient spirituality and modern ufology? If the Gospel of the Egyptians truly contains insights about extraterrestrial beings, it forces us to reconsider the origins of religion and the nature of God. Are our spiritual beliefs rooted in misinterpreted encounters with advanced civilizations? Or do these texts suggest that the divine and the extraterrestrial are one and the same? This isn't just a question for historians and theologians. It's a question for all of us. If humanity's earliest religious experiences were influenced by contact with beings from beyond our world, what does that mean for the future of our spiritual journey? Perhaps the answers lie not in dismissing ancient texts as mere mythology, but in embracing them as keys to a deeper understanding of our place in the universe. In the Gospel of the Egyptians, Yaldabaoth is a central figure, depicted as an arrogant and flawed being who mistakenly believes he is the supreme creator. This narrative diverges sharply from traditional Christian theology, portraying Yaldabaoth as a figure of deception and imperfection. Interestingly, some modern interpretations link Yaldabaoth to extraterrestrial theories. Could this imperfect creator be a depiction of a being with advanced technology, capable of creating life but not understanding the full scope of existence? This idea invites us to question the source of human origins. Were we engineered by imperfect beings, and does that explain our own flaws as a species? The figure of Barbelo, often described as a divine mother or the emanation of pure light, represents wisdom and the origin of all creation. Her descriptions evoke imagery of radiant, celestial beings, leading some to theorize she could symbolize a higher-dimensional alien presence. Barbelo's role as the source of all creation challenges conventional ideas of divinity. Could ancient peoples have been describing a benevolent extraterrestrial entity whose advanced understanding of life gave rise to spiritual reverence? Her characteristics seem to align with the idea of an enlightened, otherworldly guide. The cosmology presented in the Gospel of the Egyptians diverges significantly from mainstream Christianity. Instead of a singular creation event, it describes layers of existence, realms, and beings working together, or in opposition, to shape reality. This layered structure mirrors modern ideas about parallel universes and multidimensional existence. Could the Gnostics have been describing advanced scientific concepts in their symbolic language? The parallels are striking and suggest that these ideas might have origins beyond Earth. Segment 9: Suppression of Alternative Views. The early Church suppressed the Gospel of the Egyptians and other Gnostic texts because they undermined the idea of centralized authority. A decentralized view of the divine, with multiple beings and realms, encouraged personal spiritual exploration rather than reliance on institutionalized religion. This suppression could also have been driven by fear of the unknown. If the Gnostic texts contained hints of extraterrestrial interaction, acknowledging them would have upended societal norms. The question remains, what other knowledge might have been hidden or destroyed to maintain control? The beings described in the Gospel of the Egyptians possess knowledge, power, and abilities far beyond human comprehension. These characteristics align with how modern theorists describe advanced extraterrestrial civilizations. Could the divine in these texts be an interpretation of technology so advanced that it appeared miraculous to ancient peoples? As Arthur C. Clarke famously said, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Gnosticism places heavy emphasis on secret knowledge, or gnosis, as the key to salvation. This concept resonates with the modern pursuit of understanding hidden truths about the universe, from quantum physics to the search for extraterrestrial life. The Gnostic idea of hidden truths might not be purely spiritual. What if the secret knowledge was an ancient understanding of advanced science, encoded in metaphors and symbols for future generations to decipher? Light is a recurring theme in the Gospel of the Egyptians. It represents knowledge, purity, and divine power. Interestingly, modern accounts of UFO sightings and alien encounters often describe beings of light or crafts emitting radiant energy. Could the Gnostic reverence for light be rooted in encounters with luminous extraterrestrial beings? The parallels between ancient and modern descriptions are difficult to ignore. One of the most provocative theories tied to the Gospel of the Egyptians is the idea that extraterrestrial beings played a role in engineering humanity. The text describes divine beings shaping the material world, but with limitations and flaws. This aligns with theories like those proposed by Erich von Däniken in Chariots of the Gods, suggesting that ancient myths and texts record interactions with advanced beings who influenced human evolution. The Gospel of the Egyptians describes a cosmic struggle between light and darkness, knowledge and ignorance. This duality is a hallmark of Gnostic thought but also resonates with the idea of competing extraterrestrial factions influencing Earth. Could ancient peoples have interpreted the actions of advanced beings as a spiritual battle? The descriptions of conflict in the text may hold clues to a deeper cosmic reality. Many symbols in the Gospel of the Egyptians, like chariots of fire, radiant thrones, and heavenly cities, can be reinterpreted through the lens of advanced technology. What if these descriptions were attempts to make sense of spacecraft, energy fields, or alien habitats? Such reinterpretations challenge us to see ancient texts not just as spiritual allegories but as possible records of advanced scientific phenomena. The Gospel of the Egyptians reflects humanity's eternal quest for connection with the divine, or perhaps, with the universe itself. The descriptions of divine beings as guides suggest a longing for mentorship and understanding. If these beings were extraterrestrial, it raises questions about the purpose of their interactions. Were they here to guide us, observe us, or something else entirely? In Gnosticism, salvation comes through knowledge, not faith alone. This emphasis on understanding aligns with the idea that uncovering our origins, whether spiritual or extraterrestrial, is key to our evolution. The Gospel of the Egyptians invites us to ask, is the search for truth itself the ultimate path to enlightenment? If the Gospel of the Egyptians does contain references to extraterrestrial beings, its implications are profound. It suggests that humanity's spiritual traditions may be deeply intertwined with advanced civilizations. This perspective doesn't diminish the spiritual value of these texts, it enhances it, showing that our quest for meaning is universal, shared even with beings from other worlds. Modern technology and scientific understanding allow us to revisit ancient texts with fresh perspectives. The Gospel of the Egyptians is a prime candidate for such re-evaluation. What other insights might be hidden in its cryptic passages, waiting for us to decode them with tools and knowledge the ancients couldn't have imagined? The Gospel of the Egyptians is more than a banned text, it's a challenge to expand our understanding of the divine, the extraterrestrial, and ourselves. Whether you approach it as a spiritual guide, historical artifact, or a clue to humanity's origins, one thing is clear, it demands exploration. As we uncover more about our universe, ancient texts like this remind us that the line between science and spirituality may not be as distinct as we once thought. The Gospel of the Egyptians often uses celestial imagery, referencing stars, heavens, and realms of light. While these symbols are often interpreted spiritually, they could also be viewed as descriptions of cosmic realities. Could the heavens described in the text be other planets or galaxies? If so, the Gnostic authors may have been recording glimpses of the universe through advanced beings who shared their knowledge. Ancient cultures placed great importance on astronomy, often linking celestial movements to divine activities. The Gnostics, like many others, saw the stars as pathways to understanding the divine. If extraterrestrial beings shared advanced astronomical knowledge with ancient humans, the Gospel of the Egyptians could be a fragmented record of these teachings. This raises the possibility that spiritual texts contain encoded knowledge about the cosmos. The ecstatic visions and revelations described in the Gospel of the Egyptians resemble mystical experiences. However, many modern UFO researchers note similarities between these accounts and descriptions of alien encounters. Were the Gnostic authors experiencing contact with otherworldly beings and interpreting these events through their spiritual framework? This perspective blurs the line between spiritual visions and extraterrestrial encounters. The Gospel of the Egyptians describes intricate hierarchies of divine beings, each with specific roles in creation and governance. These hierarchies could be interpreted as symbolic, but they also resemble descriptions of organized extraterrestrial societies. Could these celestial hierarchies represent advanced civilizations with a structured order? If so, they may provide insights into how otherworldly beings function and interact with humanity. In mainstream Christianity, creation is often portrayed as a single, perfect act. In the Gospel of the Egyptians, however, creation is a layered process, involving multiple beings and imperfections. This narrative aligns with the idea of experimental creation by advanced beings. Could the imperfections in creation reflect trial and error processes by extraterrestrial engineers shaping the material world? Gnostic texts often reference rituals designed to connect practitioners with higher realms. These rituals, involving light, sound, and sacred geometry, resemble modern descriptions of energy work and communication with higher dimensional beings. If the Gnostics were influenced by extraterrestrial beings, these rituals might have been methods for maintaining contact or tuning into advanced frequencies beyond human perception. The Gospel of the Egyptians portrays divine beings as protectors and guides, offering wisdom to humanity. This depiction is echoed in modern accounts of extraterrestrial watchers who are said to monitor and guide human evolution. Could these divine guardians in the text be advanced beings tasked with observing and assisting humanity, ensuring we reach our full potential as a species? The demiurge, or Yaldabaoth, is described as a being who creates the material world but is blind to higher truths. This figure's arrogance and limited knowledge resonate with theories about extraterrestrial beings manipulating humanity for their own purposes. Does the demiurge represent a faction of alien beings that sought control over humanity, keeping us in ignorance of our cosmic origins? Gnosticism rejects the material world as flawed and deceptive, focusing instead on spiritual liberation. This belief aligns with the idea that our physical reality is a construct, possibly manipulated by advanced beings. Could the Gnostic rejection of materialism reflect an ancient understanding that humanity's physical existence is not the ultimate reality, but a controlled environment? The Gospel of the Egyptians describes communication between realms of existence, facilitated by divine beings. These accounts bear similarities to modern theories about interdimensional travel and contact. If extraterrestrial beings exist in higher dimensions, could these communications represent attempts to bridge the gap between their realm and ours? Gnostic texts often describe divine beings as embodiments of light and energy. Modern physics and metaphysical theories suggest that advanced beings might operate in states of pure energy. This raises the question, were ancient descriptions of luminous beings attempts to explain encounters with entities existing in forms beyond physical matter? The suppression of texts like the Gospel of the Egyptians has created gaps in humanity's understanding of ancient wisdom. Modern rediscovery efforts could hold the key to unlocking hidden truths about our origins. What if these texts were intentionally preserved for future generations, waiting for a time when humanity would be ready to understand their full meaning? The Gospel of the Egyptians aligns with many concepts proposed by ancient astronaut theorists, including the idea that humanity's progress was influenced by advanced beings. If these theories are correct, the text might serve as evidence that our ancestors were in contact with extraterrestrial entities who shaped our development. The Gnostic emphasis on personal enlightenment mirrors the modern idea of taking responsibility for our cosmic role. If extraterrestrial beings once guided humanity, they might still be waiting for us to take the next step in our evolution. The Gospel of the Egyptians could be a call to action, urging us to seek higher truths and fulfill our potential as a species. The text's descriptions of multiple realms and layers of existence hint at the concept of multiverses, parallel realities coexisting with our own. Could the Gnostics have had an intuitive understanding of these complex ideas, potentially influenced by beings who navigated between dimensions? The rediscovery of the Gospel of the Egyptians in modern times feels almost prophetic. Its themes of enlightenment, cosmic connections, and hidden truths resonate with our current exploration of the universe. What if the text's re-emergence is part of a larger plan, guiding humanity toward a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos? Gnosticism teaches that spiritual growth comes from knowledge, not blind faith. This aligns with the idea that understanding our origins, whether divine, extraterrestrial, or both, is crucial for our evolution. The Gospel of the Egyptians challenges us to expand our thinking and seek answers beyond traditional boundaries. The parallels between ancient myths and the Gospel of the Egyptians suggest a shared origin rooted in encounters with advanced beings. By reassessing these stories, we may uncover patterns that point to a larger truth about humanity's origins. The Gospel of the Egyptians invites us to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, exploring how advanced technology and cosmic understanding intersect with divine principles. This synthesis could hold the key to unlocking the mysteries of both our spiritual and physical existence. As we continue to explore the universe, ancient texts like the Gospel of the Egyptians remind us that the answers we seek might already be within our grasp. Whether through science, spirituality, or a combination of both, the quest to understand our origins and connections to the cosmos is far from over. Sophia, a central figure in Gnostic cosmology, represents wisdom and the desire for creation. Her actions lead to the formation of Yaldabaoth and the material world. Some researchers suggest Sophia's story could symbolize an advanced civilization experimenting with creation, resulting in unexpected outcomes. This interpretation aligns with theories about alien involvement in human development, where unintended consequences might have shaped our evolution. The Gospel of the Egyptians emphasizes redemption through knowledge, not through external salvation. This focus on inner awakening could reflect the teachings of advanced beings encouraging humanity to reach its full potential. If extraterrestrial entities shared such wisdom, they might have been guiding us toward understanding universal truths that transcend physical existence.
Welcome to Blessovia Science TV, where we take you on an exhilarating journey through the cosmos and unravel the mysteries of science. We are excited to offer you the opportunity to become a valued member of our ever-growing community of cosmic enthusiasts and knowledge seekers. Exclusive access to cosmic content. As a member of Blessovia Science TV, you will gain exclusive access to a treasure trove of cosmic content, including documentaries, interviews with leading scientists, space missions updates, and awe-inspiring visualizations of the universe, live Q, and sessions with experts. Your membership will grant you the chance to participate in live Q and sessions with renowned scientists, astronomers, and space explorers. Get your burning questions answered by those who push the boundaries of human knowledge. Embark on a journey that spans the cosmos and join us in unraveling the secrets of the universe. Become a Blessovia Science TV member today, and together we will reach for the stars. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to leave your comment.